Feeling controlled by outside forces, two people on the opposite ends of life are each trying to manage their own destiny in the Chicago premiere of Charles Smith's Golden Leaf Ragtime Blues at American Blues Theater. This is Reno Lovison, executive producer at ChicagoBroadcastingNetwork.com, asking you to please take a minute to like or share this episode, and be sure to subscribe on our website or wherever you prefer to listen to podcasts to be alerted when new content is added. Upon taking our seats, the scenic design of Shana Patel, with obvious considerable assistance by properties designer Tyson Carter, immediately had us interested to know who lives here. Why does this place look the way it does? And what's going to happen? Set on the north side of Chicago sometime in the 1990s, the place is the apartment of Pompey, played by Dennis Cockrum, an 80-ish former vaudeville musical comedy entertainer whose living conditions indicate a chaotic and out-of-control life stalled in the past. There's piles of old newspapers, memorabilia, and garbage everywhere. Pompey harbors a desire to resurrect the old act with his performing partner, Ollie, played by James Sherman. If only he could remember his lines, and Ollie could stay alive.
This isn't going to work.
But can we please try it again?
It's not working.
It's never going to work if we won't practice.
Listen, Pompey, maybe it's time for us to call it a day.
Good idea. I'm tired. You're tired. Let's call it a day, get a good night's sleep, come back at it fresh tomorrow.
That's not what I'm saying.
You want to take a couple of days? The weekend?
It doesn't matter how much time we take. I'm out, Pompey. It's over. We're done. Finished. Kaput.
What are you talking about?
It's time for us to go our separate ways.
Because I flood the line?
That's not the reason.
Then what? What did I do?
You had to have seen this coming.
You get another offer. Is that it? You get an offer to do radio?
No.
Television?
No, Pompey.
The movies?
There is no offer.
As a result of a visit from his social worker daughter, Marcia, played by Dawn Bach, Pompey finds himself reluctantly spending time with an African-American teenaged male, Jetarius, also known as Jet, played by Justin Banks. It's immediately clear that the two have nothing in common, have no desire to be in each other's company, and are outwardly hostile to one another. Of course, they ultimately find a reason to converse, finding a way to make a connection through their mutual love of music.
You stole my watch.
How'd I steal your watch?
You picked it up and you put it in your pocket.
But the watch ain't in my pocket. It's on my wrist.
Well, look, you think that little bit of subterfuge is enough to throw me off? Well, it ain't. I'm on to you.
You're nuts.
You stole my watch.
This ain't your watch, old man. My father gave me this watch.
Baloney.
Ask Masha, she can tell you.
Give me back my watch, or I'm going to call the police and have you arrested.
Oh boy, I'm scared now.
I'll do it.
So do it. I don't give a good god.
What'd you say?
You heard me. Call the police. See if I care.
Well, I should.
Police ain't gonna do nothing.
They'll take you to jail. Bull. Federal penitentiary.
I'm a minor. You can't send a minor to the pen. Not for no bull like this.
Well, they can put you in juvenile detention, the Audi home.
So?
So? It's just like the federal pen, but smaller.
You're not scaring me, old man.
Theft. You know what you get for theft nowadays? 10 years.
Directed by Chuck Smith, both he and author Charles Smith, no apparent relation, are reunited again after their recent successful collaboration on The Reclamation of Madison Hemmings, also at American Blues Theater. The two dramas share a few similarities, both being essentially an extended dialogue between two main characters, dealing with themes of racial inequities and the influence of outside forces on the trajectory of their lives. However, this production, by comparison, seems not as well conceived, and the dialogue to my ears is unrealistic and tedious at times. The players are competent enough, but with the exception of Sherman, seem to be struggling to find a natural conversational rhythm. Overall, this comes across as a kind of sitcom repartee that we've come to accept as authentic dialogue, but is simply an exchange of sassy words and pithy phrases, mostly devoid of actual emotion. What stands in for emotion are a few exclamatory outbursts that, in this case, seem at times assaulting. The content of Golden Leaf Ragtime Blues might be enlightening for some people who perhaps don't live in an urban community or maybe are not much tuned into or exposed to the plight of disenfranchised youth or struggling elderly. Originally conceived in 1987, it might have been a little more cutting edge at the time. I've had some experience in the not-for-profit social service world that includes working with the National Runaway and Suicide Prevention Hotline. I also have had two good friends who were social workers dealing with foster children, so perhaps I'm interjecting my own biases. I'm genuinely concerned for kids who are stuck in a seemingly endless cycle of superficial, temporary, and often punitive care. I'm also concerned about overlooked and neglected seniors with dwindling support systems who still have dreams and a desire to continue contributing to life. For me, this particular example leans too heavily on stereotypical attitudes without providing much insight toward furthering our understanding of isolation, except to acknowledge it is a concern that often goes unaddressed, combined with a message that for some, the solution might be finding the wherewithal to take responsibility for ourselves. Golden Leaf Ragtime Blues is at the American Blues Theater, 5627 North Lincoln Avenue, Chicago, through June 29th, 2025. Running time is 90 minutes with no intermission. Tickets are available at AmericanBluesTheater.com or by calling 773-654-3103. This is Reno Lovison, executive producer at ChicagoBroadcastingNetwork.com, where we showcase multicultural and age-diverse people, art, music, theater, and events. Due to the subject matter of this episode, it might be a good time to also mention one of our subscribers, Joy Laverty, a subject matter expert on aging alone and family caregiving. You can visit elderindustry.com to find her elder care planner and more. Also, if you feel like you might want to explore the idea of videotaping a personal memoir of your life or the life of a family member, visit renoweb.net to learn more.